OMG. Chae-min and Yoon-ah get close, sharing sweet secrets together in Vietnam. Hello to everyone watching and reading from Yahoo Japan. New warm greetings from our channel. We hope you enjoy this write-up. And if you like the content we create, please consider supporting us by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. One important note before we begin. The following account describes images in a short clip shared by a fan, and includes some inferences and light speculation based on those frames. Some details may not reflect the full reality. Treat the more romantic bits as affectionate imagination rather than strict reportage. The scene begins like a small film sequence, captured by a delighted bystander. A restaurant dinner that, in a blink, turns into a two-person world. According to a fan who shared several photos and short clips, what started as a casual group meal soon narrowed into whispered conversation and close, private talk between two people reported to be the show's lead actors. The images and the mood they convey are deliciously simple: a dim restaurant atmosphere, chopsticks laid down, laughter fading as two figures lean in toward one another, voices dropping into those private decibels lovers and conspirators use when they want the whole world to hush. There's something inherently theatrical about the progression. You can almost mark the beats on a director's clipboard. Scene 1. The ensemble at a long table. The clatter of plates and the hum of a room full of voices. Scene 2. The camera, in this case, the fan's phone, pulls focus on a pair leaning close. Scene 3. The closeness persists as the party wraps up, and the party trick of travel begins: the walk toward the exit, the descent of stairs, and the shuffle toward waiting cars. The fans' snapshots catch that gentle continuity. Private conversation at the table, small gestures while passing through the restaurant's entrance, a slow, attentive exchange on the stairs, and then the final frame, a blur of movement beside a vehicle, where the question lingers: did the whispering continue inside the car? Describing the images without overstating what they prove can be a form of affectionate restraint. In the photos, the taller figure appears attentive, hands moving in conversational punctuation, body angled so that the other person seems enclosed in a little private orbit. The companion, hat on, head slightly bowed as if sharing a secret or laughing softly, matches that intimacy. The body language reads like an ongoing quiet conversation rather than a formal greeting. It is the sort of close, easy togetherness that people who have spent long days of work side by side often develop. The look that says, remember when, and don't tell anyone, in the same breath. Humor sneaks in when you imagine the rest of the entourage, production assistants juggling bags, a couple of crew members consulting a schedule printed in tiny font, and a driver tapping his watch as if the car itself keeps time with the scene. The contrast between production logistics and private tenderness is part of what makes these images so charming. One can picture a production assistant whispering into a headset, "Wrap in 5, while two actors in the foreground manage to create a world of their own. It's as though the finely tuned machinery of a film shoot pauses politely for an impromptu human moment, and everyone, willingly or not, becomes part of the audience. The fan's role in all of this is worth savoring. The rapid reflex of someone who sees something sweet and thinks, I must save this. That single impulse, phone raised, tiny camera light ignored, is how modern romance becomes an artifact. The photos move from the fan's phone to social feeds, from private record to public curiosity. Once online, 100 different imaginations fill in the gaps. Did they continue talking in the car? Were they discussing lines from the script or the flavor of a recently tasted dish? Or was it something perfectly mundane and perfectly lovely, like comparing notes about where to find the best iced coffee in Da Nang? The possibilities are both charming and endless. Romance tends to live in these small openings: the private aside in a crowded room, the turned head on a stairwell, The half smile as a car door closes. It's easy, and fun, to invent dialogue for these moments. Perhaps one of them murmured, half-jokingly, "Promise you'll save me some of that dessert," followed by an exaggerated eye roll, and a conspiratorial squeeze of the hand. Or maybe the conversation was entirely work-related, a practical exchange about wardrobe or timing, made to read like something more tender simply because of the warmth in their posture. Either way, the chemistry the photos suggest is the kind that fans adore, unforced, small, and quietly affectionate. The setting itself, Da Nang, provides a romantic backdrop even off-camera. A short trip for rest and local flavor. The city's coastal air and famous cuisine invite a softened pace. Imagine the pair slipping from a bustling restaurant into the mellow early evening, passing through wooden staircases and planters, the city's humidity adding a sticky, cinematic sheen. Fans naturally imagine what comes next. A seaside stroll, late-night snacking, a quiet table by the harbor where conversation stretches on. The idea that this private exchange began in a restaurant, drifted onto the stairs, and might have continued into a shared vehicle is simply another chapter in that imagined postcard. There's also a gentle reminder in moments like these, for celebrities and creatives who spend much of their lives performing and being observed, the boundary between private and public is often porous. A brief pocket of privacy, a whisper meant for one ear, can become public in the blink of an app notification. The images shared by the fan are evidence of that modern paradox, intimacy captured and immediately subject to commentary. It's an uneasy but oddly democratic transformation. For every gossip column that turns a glance into a headline, there's also a sincere fan who treasures the small human truth at the center of the frame. So, did the conversation continue inside the car? We cannot say for sure. The photographs stop at the vehicle door and leave the rest to imagination and wishful thinking. Maybe the privacy continued. Words exchanged behind tinted glass. Maybe the group's schedule required swift movement and the chat paused until later. Either outcome is perfectly plausible and delightfully ambiguous, and in that ambiguity lives the romance. Part of the pleasure is not knowing, and allowing the mind to wander through a dozen possible sweet continuations. To close this video, we want to send our warmest thanks to all our dear viewers for always supporting us. If this lovely story made you smile or filled your heart with warmth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more of the light-hearted, romantic, and sometimes hilariously unpredictable moments that make the world of film and celebrity life so fascinating. And as we wrap up today's episode, let's send our best wishes to our beloved duo, Chae-min and Yoon-ah. We truly hope this bond of affection and understanding continues to grow, both professionally and personally, and that we'll soon see them back together in another new drama or film, bringing us even more unforgettable moments. Perhaps another chapter of Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, or a brand new story where their sparkling energy takes center stage once again.